What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, I'm hearing that Zach Lavine is reportedly not a lock to re-sign with the Chicago Bulls as once expected or once thought, right? And you know what? I honestly kind of am not surprised by this because I felt like they would have probably offered him an extension sometime during the season. Zach had some ups and downs this season due to injuries. But when he was playing, and he played at a high clip a lot of times. Now, at the end of the season, he tailed off, but he averaged 24.4 points per game, 4.6 rebounds, 4.5 assists, right? All while being hurt with a knee injury, with a finger injury, so on and so forth. Didn't complain, went out there and gave it his all, right? And you know what? It's so crazy to me because there's a contingency of Chicago Bulls fans who think that we are better off without Zach Lavine and that we need to move on from Zach because Zach ain't the guy, so on and so forth, right? And I'm going to tell y'all this. I am a realist on this channel, right? And as I look through this Chicago Bulls roster, I'm telling you right now, I don't know anybody who could replace that production that Zach Lavine gives you. 24, 25 points per game is not light. I love Lonzo Ball. Lonzo is not giving you no damn 25 points per game. Ayo Dosunmu went to my alma mater, Morgan Park High School, right? He went to MP. He wasn't there when I was there, but he was, came through the same high school I did. Shout out to my fellow Morgan Park Mustang. Ayo is not an offensive threat that you all think he is. And I can say that right now. Despite what he did in Illinois, Ayo is not going to be out there giving you no 20-something a game. That's not who he is as a player. He's a good defender, got a lot of energy, athletic, can give you good hustle baskets, can drive to the cup and all of that, can give you some good minutes. But he's not a guy who's going to fill up like the scoring load. He's not going to replace that. Patrick Williams, we shall see what he can become. But I know defensively, he was getting pushed out the goddamn way. That whole Milwaukee series, he was getting bulldozed. And I like Patrick a lot. I think Patrick has a lot of promise. But Patrick going to need to get into the weight room to be physically imposing offensively and defensively, for sure. But I don't think he can give you 20-something points per game. And to be honest with you, I've been a fan of the Chicago Bulls franchise since a small child, right? I've been a fan when we were the baby Bulls, when we had Eddie Robinson, Othello Harrington, Michael Sweeney, Adrian Griffin, when we had Jerome Junkyard Dog Williams on the team for a couple of years. We had Antonio Davis on the roster, Jamal Crawford as well. I've been around for a long time. The Chicago Bulls organization are not able to attract the primetime free agents that everybody wants. We're not. We've never been able to really strike it rich in free agency. You know what I mean? I mean, Ben Wallace was not what the acquisition that we thought it was going to be, and he was never an offensive scorer like that at all. We had Carlos Boozer, and I knew that we really signed Carlos just to say we did something due to the fact that LeBron James and Chris Bosh didn't end up coming to Chicago, right? So, we don't attract the free agents like other teams really do like that. I know we got Lonzo and DeMar, but I don't know if we can get a guy who can replace that scoring load like Zach Lavine. So the Bulls need to do everything in their power to try to secure that brother to stay here. Obviously, I don't think it's any contention between Zach and DeMar. They seem to really like playing with each other and so on and so forth. We're hearing from LeVar Ball that that Zach probably didn't like playing second fiddle to DeMar. And, at times during the games when DeMar DeRozan was getting all the MVP love, I wondered, DeMar DeRozan would go to the line and the crowd would chant MVP at the United Center. And I wondered, was that bothering Zach Lavine or making him feel unappreciated? Because Zach was the only thing we had smoking here in Chicago for a few years now. Averaged 27 a game. Not this season, the season before this, before DeMar came. And he was the one that was keeping us in some type of relevancy for a while. And I wondered, would that bother Zach Lavine? But they seem to all be really friendly and really all love playing with each other. But if LeVar Ball feels that, Zach doesn't want to be second fiddle, he want to go to the Lakers, brother, what you think Zach going to be? What he going to be the third option at best on the LA Lakers? The third option, right? And some people, he want to win a championship. I don't know, man. I really don't know. But if he think he going to be, he a second option here in Chicago, in goddamn LA, he might end up being a third or maybe fourth option. If they keep Russell Westbrook, who knows? Who really, really knows? Yes, Zach's game suits well to a LeBron James style game because Zach is really good at catching and shooting. He did that well for the Chicago Bulls this past year. But I don't think he would be satisfied in a role where he's just like a third. He's an afterthought for real. He can be really, really a big afterthought in LA. You know what I mean? And I know he signed to Clutch Sports, LeBron James Sporting Agency, Rich Paul and all of those guys and everything like that. But I think, man, it would be in Zach and the Bulls' best interest to keep Zach in Chicago. Some people feel like if he goes to Portland with Damian Lillard and makes something shake, that could be something nice to watch. But for the sake of my Chicago Bulls, we need to keep him here. Bulls fans talking about, oh my God. I mean, and at times, Zach does take ill-advised shots. He shoots over defenders. Sometimes he goes for three-point shots when we don't need them at times to try to bust the game open, when we may just need a quick two. And I understand that his IQ is not, his shot selection IQ is not the strongest. That is for sure. But the guy can fill it up in bunches, and he puts a lot of pressure on the defense, where guys know, hey, we got a hell of a dude on a defensive assignment, right? And if you keep Zach together with Nikola Vucevic and DeMar DeRozan, it still be a three-headed monster where guys got to prepare for that. Now, we had Lonzo Ball injured, who's a key, like probably the best defensive player, not probably, the best defensive player on the Chicago Bulls, the pure point guard on the team who gets guys high percentage shots in, you know, the areas that they can commonly hit shots. So, you know, a lot is left to be seen from this team. Him and Alex Caruso are the best defenders, Lonzo Ball and Alex Caruso. But yeah, man, I think that we can do a lot better the next upcoming season if we got a fully healthy team. We had guys in and out the lineup with COVID, and Zach was injured, man. Zach was had a, like I said, finger issue on his hand, and then a non-shooting hand, and then a leg injury. But I believe that Zach is really big time, and he can fill it up in bunches, and we not gonna be able to replace that at all, despite what Chicago Bulls fans is saying. Kobe White, I love Kobe. Kobe not finna give 24, 25 a game. And I love Kobe. He can fill it up. He can give you 18, 17, 18 a game for sure. When I know 25, 26, he not doing that. And then for people criticizing Zach Lavine's shot selection, I can often say the same thing about DeMar DeRozan. A lot of times DeMar would shoot over two guys and three guys I've seen before because he's hot. And as much as DeMar DeRozan has been hot this past year, sometimes he takes a lot of ill-advised shots too instead of passing in an open man as well. So the criticism can also go to DeMar DeRozan. But DeMar was the leading scorer and has been the most consistent player on the Bulls team this season. So I get that, right? And then towards the end of the year, Zach seemed to be kind of like fading away out of the offense at times. And I didn't know if it was due to maybe contract talks or contract negotiations not going well with the Chicago Bulls or due to the injury or whatever. But at times he would fade out. But I would tell you right now, the kid can be big time, and you can't replace that type of scoring. I don't care what nobody say. You 24 a game, 25 a game. You don't come by that easy in this league. Now, other people might think, oh, you get that. Nah, bro. It's not an easy thing to come by. And we have the Chicago Bulls. We are not LA with all this sunshine all year long and beautiful weather all year long. We got beautiful weather in the summertime, but by the time the NBA season starts, that Windy City Hawks start picking up, right? And their Hawks start hollering outside. So for that reason, I think we don't draw the free agents that a lot of people expect us to, being the third largest city in America, which I still don't get because people will go to New York and all of that, but won't come to Chicago. Whatever. But I think the Bulls need to do whatever they can to keep Zach Lavine on this roster and keep him here and try to build around this group of guys. People are like, oh, we got DeMar DeRozan, we can keep doing it. But the thing is, DeMar is much older than Zach. And who knows how long DeMar can keep playing at this level. We hope that he could do it for another 3 or 4 seasons or 3 to 4 seasons, stuff like that. We don't know, though. We have no idea how long DeMar can be able to play at this level. So I would want to keep another guy alongside of him who could be 1A, 1B to his 1A. And when he don't got it, another guy that can score in bunches and fill it up, especially after he has the surgery that he needs to have on his knee. And, he comes back in better shape the next season, man. But Zach is a gamer. He's a baller. He's big time, big money type. He can make some big ass shots when you really, really need it. And I've seen him do it, especially during the first half of the season before the knee injury started to come about. But he hit a lot of big shots for the Chicago Bulls down the stretch of those games in the first half of the season, man. So I think we need to do whatever we can to keep Zach on this roster and to keep this team intact. Maybe add some other pieces here and there, but we need to keep Zach, keep DeMar, and keep Vucevic and see what we can work with, man. and see how the team will play with a healthy Lonzo Ball and healthy Caruso as well, man. That's my opinion. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.